Hey guys, today we are going to be revising and editing for feature article using the sheet of feedback that you got from your partner yesterday. Hopefully they read your draft and did a really good job of telling you what things were going well and made some suggestions, I hope, of things that could be maybe strengthened or tightened up in your work. The sheet had some really specific stuff on it that's also going to be on the rubric. So if you want to know what you're being graded on, I might take a look at this sheet right here. All right. So the first thing you want to make sure that you do is that you don't, when you're revising, is that you do not have the I voice anywhere in your article. So if you look at articles in Upfront or even in magazines or newspapers like the New York Times or the Daily News or New York Post, whatever, you're going to see that unless it's something called an editorial where someone writes in with their opinion, you're not going to see any article that uses the journalist's voice. No journalist refers to themselves as I or speaks out to the reader and uses the term you. Unless it's like in a quote where someone's being quoted. So you don't want to have that either. Okay. So going through, I don't see any I voice in my article, and that's good. I don't want that. Okay. The next thing that my partner answered for me is about my introduction. And if they gave you any feedback on whether or not your topic or your angle is unclear, you should go into that section and go ahead and revise it. Make sure you have enough background information and make sure it doesn't have any bias. So that's one area I heard a lot of partners giving opinions about their partner's writing. Some people said, I definitely see your opinion in the intro. Some people were like, I can really tell that you feel strongly about the 10-year-olds running around Sephora, or I can tell that you think the Stanley Cup trend is, like silly, or I can tell that people that do TikTok challenges are stupid. So what I want to make sure that you know is that journalism should really be free of opinion. So go through your intro and just make sure that you are presenting the facts, not your opinion. Okay, so here, for example, I talk about how although the Academy Awards did not nominate Greta Gerwig, the director, or Margot Robbie, the lead actress in Barbie, is it that it's sexist or do they not deserve the nomination? So I go ahead and I give both sides. Giving both sides can prevent bias. Okay. So the next part of your partner feedback sheet had to do with body paragraphs, making sure that you have enough body paragraphs to explain your topic and angle. And my partner definitely suggested that I go back and give a paragraph about the history of the Academy Awards being sexist. So I am going to go ahead and I am going to put a paragraph in here, and I'll go ahead and I'll draft that in. History of sexism, sexism at Academy Awards in Hollywood. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draft that in. It's a big job, but I trust my reader. I trust them to know what they need. I don't just want to talk about Barbie like it's just this one-time thing that happened. I do believe that it's something that happens a lot, that women are not recognized for their accomplishments as often as men are, at least in the entertainment industry. So I'm going to have to go back in. And yeah, it might mean a little more research, but I do want to add a little bit about that. Okay. And then I also want to make sure that my conclusion, they liked my conclusion. I got a thumbs up on that. It starts with that sentence that shows the angle, and then it ends with a sentence that matches the tone. Okay, so it's got a serious tone, and my last sentence is serious. So there we go. Okay, so the thing that I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add in that paragraph. Okay, guys, so I am back and I have written the paragraph that my partner suggested that I write. So I'm going to scooch my camera over here and read it to you. Okay, so the Barbie movie is not alone in its abandonment of female stars and production team by the Academy. Hollywood has a long history of neglecting its female leading actors and production staff. Statistics show that only 19% of behind the scenes Academy Award nominations go to women in Hollywood, and even fewer total nominations go to women of color. Red carpet events prior to the awards ceremony have historically focused on what female stars are wearing and roast them in the media when they don't appear in the latest and most chic fashions, but focus on male stars' accomplishments in the industry. All of these facts point to an entertainment system favored heavily toward the achievements of men and one that views women simply as superficial accessories to those men. Ironically, much like Ken is to Barbie in the screenplay of this eponymous film. If you don't know, the word eponymous means self-titled. So what I'm saying here is, like, women are accessories to men in Hollywood. Ken is Barbie's accessory in the movie. And then I move on to my conclusion. Okay. So I went ahead and did the thing my partner suggested. That was their feedback for me. And as far as pictures and graphics, I'm going to deal with those tomorrow when it's time to go ahead and work on my layout. So the next thing I want to do is edit. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run it through. I'm not going to do it with my eyeballs. That's dumb. I can do this on the computer, guys. That's what it's here for. So I'm going to go to spell and edit check. If you are doing this in Office 365, you're going to go to editor. All right. Change record breaking to record breaking. Yes. Change Barbie Land to Barbie Land. No, because that's not held in the movie. I looked it up. Change main to main. Yes. Stars, accomplishments. It's actually, yes, that's what I want. Change spread of message of gender equality to the Academy. Yep, that's right. Okay. So there's my spelling and grammar check. I did it once, but now I'm going to eyeball it with my eyes, and I will be right back. Okay, so things I caught right away. I was going to do this off camera, but nope, I'm dumb, so I'm going to do it on camera. I spelled Greta Gerwig wrong, kind of important. It's in the first sentence of my piece, so I want to make sure that I'm not spelling very important people's names wrong. All right, okay, going ahead. Margot Robbie, she's kind of important. She's the star. So everything, especially people's names, you want to make sure that you are spelling them correctly. Remember, when you are doing an article, you can use the person's first and last name once and then begin to use their last name. All right. Things like plurals don't need apostrophes, but if you're saying like belongs to, you need an apostrophe to show that. So like Ken's here, that's plural. I don't need an apostrophe here. But if it was like Ken's house belonging to Ken, I would need an apostrophe. Okay, over here I'm going through, nothing else seems like it needs anything different in terms of spelling. Okay, I am looking through my capitalization also. I have a lot of names in this. Barbie, Ken, so those are proper nouns. All right, Hollywood is a proper noun. Australian's a proper noun. Best Picture, Academy Awards. Best Picture is the title of the category. Best Supporting Actor, that gets a capital as well. Okay, Hollywood, that gets one. 21st Century, that's the title of the century. Okay, The Real World, that's the name of the world in the Barbie movie. They call it The Real World, so that's a proper noun to them. All right, so that gets one. Ryan Gosling, Hollywood, Barbie, Best Supporting Actor. Those are all proper nouns. Okay, starts of sentences, obviously, the year 2023, duh. Okay, so my proper nouns are good. And then I want to run through and make sure I don't have any sentences that are too long. Something we do sometimes is we just write and write and write, and we don't put periods in to end our sentences. Okay, so make sure there's nothing too long in there. You can read it out loud to yourself as well to figure out if you have sentences that are too long. If you don't do that, you're not going to figure out whether it's a sentence fragment, which means too short, or something else that's too long. Okay, so go ahead in and edit it. Sometimes spell check will tell you that stuff too. All right, so spelling and homophones. Homophones are words like which, and which, there, and there, making sure those are all correct as well. All right, spend today doing that. When I see you tomorrow, we're going to put it all into columns, and then we're going to look for pictures, and I'm going to show you how to lay it out. All right, bye.